What's going on, guys? It's your boy RickyMoto, and today we are working on the bike yet again. If you haven't seen my video about the whole Fender Eliminator situation, make sure to check that out, because right now I want to be installing a TST Industries integrated taillight, which is going to have the brake light, the signals, and also all the different sort of lighting effects that it can do. So in the package, what you get is this whole entire kit. This is the integrated taillight. As you can see, it's also smoked. I think it comes in two finishes. I think it comes in a smoke and a clear, but who the heck wants a clear tail light? And inside over here, you're gonna have two of these white signal cables and then a main connector to power the actual tail light. And then over here, there is a secret little button which you can press when everything's powered on. You can change the lighting effects, so if you want like a strobing sort of effect and whatnot, you can do that with this. And my taillight is actually cracked and broken. It works, but it's just the housing's all messed up. So that's why it is long overdue for me to change out this integrated taillight, especially since I recently just took off the Fender. I lost, my signal lights, so I definitely need those. And so I'm gonna be getting rid of this big old boy back here. So without further ado, let's tear this thing down and let's get the show on the road. What you're going to want to do is get rid of your seat, of course, and you want to remove both of these side fairings, all the little plastics and stuff. And you also want to disconnect the main cable, which is over here towards the left side of the bike. There's a black connector right over here. You just release it. That's all you got to do for the taillight. And then for your signals, they're going to be on the other opposite side over here, where there's two cables that you unplug. I already did that because I did the Fender Eliminator. If you guys want to see me do a more detailed breakdown of how to take everything apart in here, make sure to go check out that video in the description below. And these plastics should just snap right out. You kind of push it towards the back a little bit, and this housing over here, the black carbon looking thing, it actually sits over it, so you want to kind of pry it open. And there are a couple clips, and this comes right out. So pretty simple. And release the clips, and then this should come right out. So just a little recap of what we just did. You want to get rid of these screws over here that are holding in the side panels, and this bracket has a clip right in the middle and on the edge, so you just want to go like that, pull this one out, and then this whole entire thing can just slide to the back. This is the main connector for the tail light, which plugs into here. This black cable, you want to get rid of that. This over here is your license plate light, which I don't think I'm going to use, so screw that. And on this portion of the bike, these two connectors are for signal lights, so you also want to disconnect those. Once you do all of that, just kind of loosen up the cable and make sure there's enough give to go into the rear. And to disassemble this rear tail light, there are two main screws holding it in place, which is this and that. And once you unbolt those, this should just basically come right out. Now when doing all this, I did not unplug the battery, and you don't actually have to. You can just do it. As long as you don't turn the bike on while you're doing it, then you might risk shorting something. So just be kind of careful not to turn on the bike on while you're doing this. And now this should just pry right out. I like to just kind of give a little bit of space by prying the sides open a little bit. Just kind of work your way through. All right. So here is the OEM tail light. As you can see, you only have one cable, which plugs into the main connector, and yeah, pretty simple looking. Taking a look at the old one, there are some rubber grommets in the holes over here, and then some foam padding, which you actually... Bruh, I just dropped something into my bike. Oh boy. I dropped a zip tie, or a cable tie, all the way into the bike. Anyways, these foam paddings and whatnot, and the rubber grommets you want to transfer onto the new one. Alrighty, so now for the installation, it's pretty much the same exact thing except backwards. But before I do that, let's just organize the wires. So you want the signals to go towards the right side of the bike, and the main connector to go towards the left. So you just separate it under this metal bracket as you insert the tail light back in. Now let's do our cabling. So for this main connector, I like to loop it around the outside, then into this clip like that, and then it just plugs right into this black connector, and it only goes in one way, and it should lock. All right. Now for the signals, I don't know which one's which, so at this point we will be turning on the bike and testing out the signals to see which one will go where. And also, this is a good time to show you guys what kind of lighting effects we can do. So turn on the light, shows that it is working. So let me just hit the brakes. Alright, so we have the classic red glow. And I'm going to plug in one of these signals to see which one is which. Let me just randomly plug one in real quick. And we're going to do the right signal. Oh, that's correct. And then let's see the left one. Obviously nothing because we didn't plug anything in. So let's plug the other one in. I mean, I had a 50% chance to see which one was correct. So now let's try them out. Right signal, left signal, brake light, and then let's press the button one time. Ooh. So it does a flicker 5 times and then it turns to a solid red. Oh, pretty sick. And then the signals has like a clicky effect. Left. Let's see if we click it one more time. What kind of effect we get this time? So normal brakes. And then now we have like a swooping signal. I kind of like that. I think there's only 3 modes. Let me just press it one more time to see. What is this? Oh, never mind. Look at that. I'm gonna leave it in this mode. I like that way. I kind of like the way it looks. I like the swooping effect, you know, with the signal, and I like the brakes where it flickers. Let me actually check my rear brake to see if it works as well. Oh, it doesn't do nothing. So it's really just the front brake that activates it. I did not know that. But now it kind of makes sense because, you know, the front brake is connected to all the electrics, whereas the rear brake is a very mechanical brake, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. All we have to do is put in all the side fairings, do a little bit of cable management, tie it down with some cable ties, and then we should be good to go. Man, check this beauty out. That looks so good.
And then the Fender Eliminator pairs with it perfectly. This is also by TST Industries. Like I said earlier in this video, if you guys want to see me install the Fender Eliminator, I made a video on that.
But yeah, this thing looks 10 times better than it did stock. And it's also really bright too. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I'm more than positive at night, especially with that sort of strobe effect, is going to grab a lot of attention when you're stopping, so cars can see you. Something I do notice as this signal is going off on the right side, the red is actually ever so slightly blinking too. I don't know if you guys can see that. See, the red is kind of strobing very slightly. So yeah, that is the installation of the integrated taillight from TST Industries for the Z125 Pro. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and support the channel. It's been your boy RickyMoto, and I'm signing off.